Imagine a secret pact forged in the dead of night, an agreement so explosive that it not only redrew the map of Europe, but also lit a fuse for one of the deadliest conflicts in history. In the final days before World War II, two ideological enemies, the Nazis and the Soviet Union, sealed a deal that would split Eastern Europe into spheres of influence and set millions on a path for war. Today, we unmask the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, the controversial and somewhat little-known chapter that reshaped global destiny. And why is this pivotal moment now being scrubbed from Russian textbooks and cultural memory? On August the 23rd, 1939, the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany shocked the world by signing a non-aggression pact. Named after the Soviet Foreign Minister Vyacheslav Molotov and Nazi Germany's Foreign Minister Joachim von Ribbentrop, this agreement made more than just a promise not to attack each other. It contained a secret protocol that would divide East Europe into spheres of influence. In these hidden clauses, Poland, the Baltic states, and parts of Romania and Finland were effectively carved up between the two regimes. While the pact was presented as a move to maintain peace between two ideological enemies, its implications were anything but peaceful. Implications and the escalation of World War II. At first glance, the pact seemed to provide both powers with strategic breathing room. For the Nazi Germans, it meant avoiding a two-front war as they prepared to invade Poland. For the Soviet Union, it brought time to build up military strength in anticipation for future conflicts. But history shows that temporary alignment had catastrophic consequences. On September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. And just over 2 weeks later, on the 17th of September, the Soviet Union moved into eastern Poland. The quick and brutal division of Poland's territory was a clear signal that the pact was more than just a defensive measure. It was the prelude to expansionistic ambitions. Some historians have argued that by signing the pact, the Soviet Union inadvertently exacerbated the scale of the conflict, with Eastern Europe essentially cleared of any potential Soviet resistance. Germany was emboldened to pursue aggressive expansion. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union, now entangled in its own controversial maneuvers, would later find itself in a full-scale war with the very nation it had once aligned with. Many agree that the pact played a significant role in shaping early days of World War II, a conflict that engulfed the globe and claimed millions of lives. Russia's role and the controversial narrative. In discussing the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, we must also address a sensitive question. What was Russia's role in the unfolding of World War II? It's important to clarify that we're speaking here about the Soviet Union's actions under Joseph Stalin. The pact has long been a source of contention. On one side, it is seen as a pragmatic, if morally dubious, move in a desperate geopolitical moment. On the other, it's criticised as a betrayal of international solidarity against fascism, one that paved the way for widespread suffering in East Europe. Critics argue that the pact exacerbated tensions, creating a domino effect that allowed the Nazis to act with great impunity. Others suggest that without the looming threat from the West, or perhaps because of it, the Soviet leadership felt forced into a corner. What is clear is that the decision continues to influence debates about the origin of World War II and the legacy of the Soviet state. An alternate history. What if the pact had never happened? Imagine a different 1939, a world in which the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact was never signed. What might have happened if the Soviet Union had refused to negotiate with the Nazi Germans? In one alternate scenario, without the security of the pact, the Soviet Union might have sought an alliance with the Western democracies much earlier. This could have deterred Hitler from invading Poland so confidently, as the prospect of a two-front war would have loomed larger from the outset. Alternatively, Germany, deprived of a non-aggression assurance on the eastern border, might have altered its expansionist strategy, perhaps delaying or even rethinking plans for rapid conquest in East Europe. Such a shift would have had profound implications on the timing and even the outcome of World War II. While these what-ifs remain firmly in the realm of speculation, they serve as a reminder of how a single diplomatic decision can alter the course of history. The erasure of the pact from Russian education and culture. In recent years, another phenomena has come to light: how the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact is being downplayed or even erased from Russian public discourse and education. In many Russian textbooks, the state-sanctioned narrative, the emphasis is overwhelmingly on the heroic narrative of the Great Patriotic War, the Soviet struggle against Nazi Germany. This narrative, which highlights the valour and sacrifice of the Soviet soldiers, often omits or minimises the uncomfortable truths of early Soviet foreign policy. This pact, seen by many as a blemish on the national historical record, is either grossly ignored or reinterpreted in ways that align with the current political and cultural agendas. Critics argue that this selective historical memory is part of a broader trend, the rewriting of history serve present-day ideologies. By erasing or downplaying the pact, the state controls the narrative, avoiding grappling with the complexities of Soviet decision-making in 1939, a period that, despite its controversies, significantly shaped the modern world. Whether one views the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact as a calculated geopolitical maneuver or a tragic misstep, Understanding its full context is crucial. Only by engaging with all facets of history can we learn from the past, or perhaps imagine a future that avoids the same mistakes. What do you think would have happened had there not been such a pact being signed? How would modern societies have shaped out? How should modern societies balance the national pride and historical accountability? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe, and select the notification bell. It will help the channel grow. Thank you very much.